All right, so I just shot this video. So this is at the end of it. I'm gonna actually put this clip in the beginning because I actually had a lot of fun talking about that. It's good to get that off my chest. But it was, and I want to talk about more of the stories. So I think I'm gonna post this today. Usually I would wait, and especially why I'm actually putting this here is because I don't want to sound like a hypocrite telling you guys not to follow people and watch those videos, because I don't want you guys to waste your time. So don't waste your time on this if you don't have to. But I just want to see what you guys think, so I can make some of these, I guess, every day, because I really, after finishing, I was like, wow, I have so many more stories that I need to tell you guys. So let me know what you guys think, please. All right, what's going on, guys? Josh Answers. I'm gonna make this video today. I'll give you the disclaimer now. It has nothing to do with stocks or money or business or anything like that. It's actually, I saw someone, they left a comment on one of my videos. They're like, yeah, you should do a video about, story of your life. And I was like, I want to get into that, but there'd be so much. So I thought I would actually just tell you guys some stories about me, so you guys could get to know me on kind of a different level than kind of the rest of the videos. It's supposed to me kind of just like lecturing to people and giving you guys advice, talking about stocks, real estate, all that. So yeah, I'm going to keep those videos, got a lot of those, but also kind of get you guys a little insight into who I am a little bit and some of the stories that I've experienced in my life, and so I'm going to share them because I've seen a lot of people on YouTube do some stuff like this, and I thought it would be interesting if I did it, because I've done a lot in my life. Not only have I accomplished a lot, I've failed big time, and even I've just dealt with some crazy shit. So that's why I thought I'd make this video. I'm gonna do a couple of these. I want to see how you guys respond first. But the man, I can't believe I blanked like that. Usually I shoot all these videos just one time through. You guys have seen all my videos, but anyways, like I said, this video is gonna be, oh my god, I just forgot. All right, shake it off, shake it off. Okay, see, these videos are a lot different for me. Usually I'm sitting in my car, driving, talking about something, and it's about stuff, stocks, business related, so I know what I'm doing a lot with that. This is, I guess I'm sharing a story and giving you the outline. One thing I'm just like worried about with you guys, I don't want, for the people focused on certain stuff, I'll tell you now, don't watch this video if you're trying to get like stock information or anything like that. It's really just for you guys to get to know me, and like, given the vast amount of stuff I've experienced in my life, you guys could possibly learn from it. But, this is more entertainment, I would say. And it's funny, I made that video, don't follow people and this and that. So this is one of those videos you probably shouldn't waste your time on. But, if you want to hear it, I'll explain this story. There's just so many things, I'm going to share with you on the other videos. For now, I'll start with something small, but, I have crazy stories from literally getting a gun pulled on me 3 times by 3 different people in one day, all the way to almost getting like $7.5 million stolen from me on a business deal. So there's a bunch of weird stuff in between, roommates and funny stories, all that stuff. But anyways, so let me start with this story here. Okay, this one's a little bit light. This one, and I'll tell you now, some of these stories, they've happened a long time ago or they've been recent. So this one I'm gonna tell you now, this one's embarrassingly pretty recent. It sucks because, it's funny because some of these I haven't even, some people know about them. A lot of the brothers know my stories, but a lot don't. And, they don't know some of the stuff, so I'll even share that with you guys too. And, even why, that's kind of why I'm doing it. I want to communicate with you guys, after the people, like, it's crazy how many, like, citizens have joined that, and the people I've met from YouTube, and just getting to talk to them every day on, weeks at a time. So I thought this would be a way to give them that, more personal side and know a little more. But anyway, so sadly enough, why I brought that up, because I never told anybody this story of how I let a homeless guy work on the Maserati. So one, I guess kind of clickbaity. He wasn't necessarily homeless, but that was debatable. If you ask my girlfriend, she would probably say he was missing a good half set of his teeth. So it was a little weird. But what happened, I got into a little fender bender with the car that wasn't moving in the Maserati. I backed into a car, and I got this dent on the inside of my car, or on the inside, on like the outer, pretty much it was the back right, yeah, the back right of it. And it's funny too, because I saw another Maserati in Palm Springs. I even took a picture of it. They had the exact same bump on their car in the exact same location. I was like, wow, so it's probably the backup cam. I should probably look into that and see if I could sue them. But what happened, so I got in that little accident a couple weeks. You know, it sucked because I fucking, my girlfriend was in the car. She saw it and she knew I was about to crash, but she didn't say anything. She's like, oh, I saw it in the mirror. It was so close. And then, but it sucked because I just remember that whole thing vividly. The whole time, even when I crashed it, you know, I say crash, I don't even think it was that big of a fucking, it wasn't a crash, a fender bender, we'll call it that. I backed into the car and I just remember I had so much on my mind. You know, I was dealing with a bunch of people, you know, they were both even, you know, there's some people complaining to me about a bunch of fucking personal issues. They got mad, they lost some money on the stock market, and then I also had to deal with my other companies I was consulting for. Just there's a bunch of shit. It sucked. And so I just, because I knew my mind was just so clouded and I just like wasn't thinking. Went in reverse, backing out of a parking lot, boom. So it wasn't even that bad, but like it was like at 1 mile an hour. So that's what happened to the car. And moving forward with it, I was going and it was funny because I was in that same parking lot where I even crashed it like a couple days or like a week or two later, and this guy rolls by in like a, you know, GMC, you know, a S10, a Chevy little pickup truck, and he was with his like dad. It was that or it was like a Plymouth Caravan. It was one of those two. And he's with like his older fellow dad, and like, you know, I'm backing out and he goes, hey, you wanna work on your car? I see you got a dent. I can fix it for you. And, you know, I don't know what I was thinking, you know, actually looking back at it. I don't know why I would, you know, this is where you guys learned from it. Hopefully you guys never, ever let anybody work on your car in a parking lot, especially, I sound so retarded, you know, yeah, especially Maserati. So I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens. I was like, sure. I was like, yeah, I was like, how much you gonna charge me? He's like, oh, you know, I'll let you get away with $700. I was like, no, man, no way. I was like, sorry, man, I can't. I was like, why am I gonna pay $700 for some dude in the parking lot? He's like, okay, I'll do it for $500. I was like, sorry, man, I can't do that. I was like, how about this? I'll give you $100. And then he was like, nah, you know, I can't do it. And I was like, listen, man, all I got, $100 cash. If you want it, we can do it. You know, not, you know, in my mind, you know, so again, I'm such an idiot. But I was just rationalizing. I was like, oh, you know, fuck it. You know, what's the worst that could happen? You know, I was thinking he was gonna have like some fucking like pump or something, you know, and just like pull it out. You know, I thought, I don't know, this guy, he had like even a sign on his thing, but like on his car, but it was pretty shitty. I should have known. And then that should have been the warning sign. When I said $100, he said no, and I was like, all right, that was all I got, take it or leave it. Then he's like, you know what? Okay, I'll do it. Sounds good. You know, he's like, I've never worked on one of these before, so it'd be nice to get some pictures of it for my site. That should have been the warning sign. So I don't know why I let him go through with this. So he goes, parks his car, gets out, him and his dad come out, and like he's walking up to the car with like this just big metal crowbar, and I'm just saying like, what's he gonna do with that? And you know, he's like, yeah, all right, you know, it started off fine. Honestly, I was like, I felt good. You know, he's like, yeah, pop the trunk. I was like, okay. This dude, he went to the back, popped out the light on the Maserati. You knew how to get to it. You know, Maserati's a tricky car. And he just got to it, started unscrewing it, pulled out the light, and you know, then my girlfriend's over there at the side, just like, eyes wide, like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And like she was getting nervous because he was like prying the light out and like was having trouble with it. And then he finally gets it out, and I was a little worried, you know. There's like, what the fuck? This guy just pulled out the Maserati tail light. It's hanging out. I was like, fuck, man. Hopefully this guy. I was like, oh man. I was getting worried. The anxiety was building up. And then like he goes, he's like trying to, you know, he tried to like jimmy it out with like a suction cup first, but then he's like, nah. So he puts the crowbar into the light, like the well, and it's like goes all the way to the right side, and then you just see him like start prying and like pulling back like this, And I'm just like, oh my God. So I wasn't getting stressed at first, and then like he just starts going, and then he just starts hammering it. He literally takes a hammer and just starts hitting it. And I was just like, and like I was getting a little worried because I was like, yo, this guy is gonna, it's literally gonna just cut through the metal. It was literally, I saw the tip of the crowbar just coming through, and then he kept saying, I was like, no, don't do that. He's like, no, don't worry. And then he did it and like moved it, did it again, and then eventually he did it like 2 times. I was like, all right, yo, I was like, I cannot take this. I think it's done. You know, let's pull this out. And then I go, I'll show you guys what it looks like. When he's done, it just like, the dent was still there. He did get granted, he did get some of it out. I won't lie. He got some of it out, but then the other part of it, oh my, he made it look 10 times worse. There's like little dots, like little pimples on the car that just like, it's just from the crowbar. I was thankful. I was like, oh man, like the paint was gonna, like the paint even cracked a little bit. So I was terrified. So told him to stop, paid him. I was like, yo, here you go, man. I was like, just take the money, you know, put the light back, call it a day. You know, that's all he was asking. He was like, yo, like midway when I told him this stuff, he was like, nah, man, like he was reassuring me the whole time. I was like, no way. He's like, oh yeah, like you just got to just coat it back with this paint. I'm like, what? There's like, this isn't a fucking Civic, man. So that happened, and he pulled it out. He's just like, yo, am I getting paid? I was like, yeah, man. So I give him that. He wasn't even like, he was a white dude. He wasn't even Mexican. And so I pay him, puts the light back in, you know. I get in the car and my girlfriend just like, why did you let him do that? Oh my God, you're such an idiot. Like, why would you do that? Like, oh my God, now the car's even worse. I'm like, okay. I had no idea what I was thinking. I don't know. It was a bad day, I guess. But that happens. And just to add injury, you know, insult to injury, I back out. I'm driving out of the parking lot, and then literally this guy, this big old Silverado truck, a newer truck, comes up, pulls to the side of me, like on the other side of the lane, like, you know, we're in like a shopping center. He blocks off the other lane, goes, hey man, you know, he's like, I see you got that dent, you know, I saw that other guy worked on it. He didn't do a good job, huh? I was like, yeah, no shit, buddy. And he's like, yeah, he's like, God, man, let me take a look at it. I'll do it for you, you know, like $250, man. Like that guy has no idea what he's doing. He's like, he just starts making fun of me pretty much for letting this guy in the fucking Plymouth work on my Maserati. He literally asked me, he's like, you let that guy work on your Maserati? I was like, yes. And then he's trying to solicit me, and I'm like, all right, no, man. And then he just starts laughing, and then we both drive away, and that's the story. So I'm a dumbass. Thought I'd share that with you guys. I guess what points you guys could take away to learn from that. Dude, I can't even like wrap my head around why I did that. And it's probably one of my, you know, it sucks because I don't want to make it seem like, you know, I've definitely gone through a lot more like harder shit, and like I've failed so much harder, but like that was one of my biggest just like dumbass moments where just like complete lapse of any brain thinking, and I legitimately let a guy work on $100,000 car. Why? You literally, like, I already got, you know, I have insurance taking care of it, you know, and I was like, dude, it's my deductible's like $100. I don't know why. I just left. I didn't care about it. It was such a minor dent. I didn't even give a fuck. But it's bad experience. So what you guys learn, don't trust people in parking lots, and don't be dumb. Like literally, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, what can you learn from that? But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe. I'm gonna have more of these coming for you. So I'd love your opinion on the people who watch my other videos, and even if you're new, you know, whatever, you know, let me know how you like it. And then the guys who watch, again, like I said, if you're into all the stock stuff, you just see the titles. You could tell, you know, don't waste your time watching this if you don't like it. But I'm going to share some of the crazy stories. You know, I want to get into some of them. I'll do them later after I post this. I want to see how you guys react. I want to see, you know, there's one, you know, just like the crazy like millionaires and billionaires I've read, and like they just got like weird behaviors, you know. It's like people, like I do one thing, I see I'm going on another rant, but one thing I'll do is like in front of people, I'll pick my nose, you know. I'll straight up just pick my nose in front of people. And it's funny, Artie called me, he's like, you're the only person I know who does that. And I was like, I didn't realize it was that weird. I don't even give a fuck when I do it, but I realized it's just like, wow. It reminded me of this one millionaire I met. Like, he would just like fart in front of you and just like do the most stuff where you look at it like, is he really doing that? right now. So I realized I do that when I pick my nose and shit, but I'll tell you guys about him later. So there's that in the business stories, but I'll share the fun ones with you and all that. So again, I'm gonna stop talking. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay in school. Love y'all. See, nice, beautiful car. Perfect. You should see it as you walk up. You can kind of see how it's dented. You see it's like 2 parts. But then there's the bumps. Right there, you see. I think it's 1, 2, 3. I'll zoom in for you guys. But yeah, that's what happens. Not too bad, but yep, I'm a dumbass.